Have you ever wondered how to sound like Darth Vader? Or more precise, how to get the Darth Vader voice effect? Well, I'm gonna talk about 4 ways of sounding like Darth Vader, and 3 of them are pretty much crap all the way. And the last one, which is my little secret weapon, is the one I'm gonna show you last. So, we have Audacity here, and this is the first program I'm gonna use. To get the best effect possible, you will not use this shitty program, but it's okay. And since many seem to use this program, I'm gonna show a few things you can do in it. And I'm not gonna tell you that my good effect gonna sound precisely as the one in the movies, but it will be pretty close. To really get to sound like Darth Vader, they are the first one. You pretty much darken your voice as much as you can, and try to sound as much as you can like James Earl Jones. And you try to say something like he does. So, the easiest way to do it, and you don't even need a computer for that, you can just play with your friends and you can just say, "You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master." So that is the easiest way to do it, and you can pretty much only record it, and that's it. But if you don't have a dark voice like James Earl Jones, or pretty much like me, I am not even close to sound like him. And we are not gonna try to sound like James Earl Jones, the one who makes the voice for Darth Vader. We're gonna try to sound like Darth Vader. We're gonna have a dark voice, and we're gonna have effects on it. So, if you have, like me, I don't have a really dark voice, but I have a pretty dark voice. But I wanna push it even further down so it will become not demon dark, but it will become darker. And if you have a very light voice, you probably will have to move the pitch down even further to get a good effect. One important factor here is if you're a girl or if you're a 12-year-old boy or whatever that have pretty much no dark in your voice whatsoever, don't flatter yourself and think that, oh, I'm gonna put the pitch down as far as possible and then you're gonna sound awesome. It won't get that effect. It will just sound like a light voice that has been pitched down. So the important factor here also is you can pitch down the voice, but not too much, because then it will sound too edited, and we don't want that either. So I'm gonna record, and this is the one I'm gonna use all the time. So I'm gonna record the same thing, and I'm not gonna do as dark voice as I did before. I'm just gonna press record. You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master. And that's how it sounds. And this is a little hit and miss. You're gonna have to play with it a bit by yourself. And we're gonna do... First I'm gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna go to effects. And sorry about my interface, it's like half Swedish since I'm from Sweden. But here is the pitch control. I am pretty sure it will be on the exact same spot in even if you have an English interface. So I'm gonna take and change the pitch, and don't follow my settings precisely, because I have seen a tutorial before and he like said, oh, put it on the -20, it will sound awesome. And if you hear how I sound in -20, you're gonna... I don't sound like Darth Vader, I sound like a demon from hell.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
So that's not really good. We don't sound like Darth Vader. And I think I'm about... I think -10 is almost too much. I think I'm at -7, 6. I pretty much use 6. I just want a little darker, not...
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
I got a little distortion in there, but yeah. Well, this is how many people would find it. Yeah, I'm sounding like Darth Vader. So this is step 2. And here's the step that pretty much everyone does when you're using this program. And it's both time consuming and it doesn't sound really like Darth Vader effect. and here it says echo. I'm not sure if it's the same in the English interface, but it's number 4 in my list at least, so it should be at the same spot. It could be, I don't know, delay or something. I'm gonna use this one. This is how it looks anyway, and we're gonna have delay. It even says delay here. Good. We're gonna put 0, and can you do like this, and we just put a 5. So you have a 0 in the first, and you have 2 zeros and then a 5. So just this you can copy precisely as it looks, and then you have it. And I'm gonna press OK, and it will gonna take like, I don't know, 5 minutes. No, but it's gonna take a while. Well, at least 1 minute it will take. So I'm gonna cut here so you don't have to see this thing, but you see how long time it takes. So here we are, almost 2 minutes later, and we have the effect that many people who try to sound like Darth Vader sound. This is how it sounds like.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
And what you get is a sound that sounds like you're in a tin can. Almost, that's an effect that they actually use. But this takes way too long, and this is pretty much, well, you can play around with more stuff probably here, and it will sound closer or better. But this is probably the most far you have found on tutorials that people say this is how you do it to sound like Darth Vader. So that's actually all from this program. I'm not gonna use this program anymore. So we're gonna close this program down, and then we're gonna open up Fruity Loops. So we're gonna take the raw material and just drag it in here into the playlist, and first I'm gonna cut it. Just gonna so, and then we have it here, and I'm gonna put it in effects, insert 1, and we're gonna use, okay, this is the raw file, so it sounds, this is no effects added or anything, it sounds like this.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna change a few things. I'm gonna use the pitch here, and I'm gonna put it at the negative 100 cents. And he's gonna stretch it, and now it sounds like this.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
Okay, so in the effects slot that we have assigned for this audio, we're gonna use an effect called chorus. So what I usually do, I put 2 of these on, and this is how it sounds when I just put on chorus. I have not changed anything, so this is how it sounds.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
And like as you can hear, it uses a very much of stereo effect, and I don't want it. I want it to be a mono. So I'm gonna change this slider here and put it to 0 degrees, and now it sounds like this.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
And as you can hear, it sounds pretty much as you have heard many others who have done effects on Darth Vader. Like Darth Vader uses a pretty close effect to this, and this is wrong. It's too much chorus, and it's too much of the wrong effect. So I'm gonna put this slider over at 25%. And this actually means that 25% of the audio will be using this effect, and 75% will be the raw audio. And now it sounds, it's still there, and it helps move having this special effect on the vocals, but it's not overdone, so you can't really hear what I have done, but you hear there's something.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
And the next one is another chorus. And I pretty much use the presets that are here. So there's nothing special about it. It's C chorus that I'm gonna use. And this one has the effect like you could hear that we made in Audacity. The difference here is I don't have to wait 2 minutes to get this little audio fixed. I can just hear it right away. It's not time consuming at all, and you get even a better effect than we had in Audacity.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna reactivate this one, and I'm gonna put this one at 50%. I still don't want to overdo it. So there. So now we have the original audio that's coming through, and we have two of the chorus effects that doing their little thing. The first one pretty much smoothes out and put a little nice chorus effect on it, and the other one is putting this little tin can effect on, so it sounds like this.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
And there's one thing I will do, and I'm gonna put a fast little compressor sound on it, and I'm also gonna enhance the bass a little, so you get some more powerful voice. Not too much, but a little. We're gonna use vocals, and what I'm using now is Waves plugins, so they are not in Fruit Loops from the beginning, but you have to buy them. And I'm gonna put this one up here, and I'm gonna use a preset that I like, Talk to Me, and I'm gonna put it to that one instead. So now we here have I'm gonna put some reverb too. I'm just gonna do something quick here. Put it down 30. There. And now it sounds like this.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master. You don't know the power of the dark side.
And I'm also gonna enhance the bass a little more. And this is what we get. And maybe, no, I'm gonna put down this a bit. And this is what we get.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
Well, that's all for me. Thank you for looking into my first tutorial, and I hope the few people who have requested to know how I make the effects on Darth Vader. This is the same, almost the same way I've done on the two others that I've put up already, and there's gonna be another video out soon where I'm gonna use it too. I hope you learned something, and I hope you stop using Audacity and start using Fruit Loops, because it's way better. And I don't know if I'm gonna put out another tutorial. This was hard on my head to do all this, but I hope you are pleased. Bye now.